Hello, everybody. This is another Cells at Work review. I say Cells at Work because there's an exclamation point at the end of it.
I don't see enough people shouting it because it's not just cells at work, it's cells at work.
Yeah, isn't
like
it on capitalization too? So it's like you're yelling.
Let's see.
Yeah, because they need to know because these cells are at work. There's no rest.
Oh,
They're at work 24/7.
It's not in all caps.
Dang it.
We're good. What up, guys? My name is Jeff, and I am joined by Coby and a special guest, Torie.
Hey, everybody.
She was with us for the Megalobox one. Now she's back.
Am I even special anymore?
We're back with an ordinary guest.
Yeah, that sounds less cool.
So we are going to be reviewing episode 2, which came out this past weekend, and we're following the adventures of Red Blood Cell yet again, and yet again she is lost.
She cannot find where she's going to save her life.
She don't know what the fuck she's doing. Before we go any further, can I just tell you guys something? This is what came to my mind at the beginning of this episode.
Is this a powwow? Okay, all right, hit us.
I was thinking what the average lifespan of a blood cell is, and I was thinking, like, if it's like 1 or 2 days, then this person's is all this happening within the span of 1 or 2 days. But actually, the average lifespan of a red blood cell is 115 days, according to Google.
Oh.
And so then I was like, okay, but she's obviously not 115 days old. She looks kind of like a 20-something-year-old, right?
Well, she's new, isn't she? Because that's why she doesn't know where anything is.
Yeah, so that's like, I guess it would be like her first job kind of thing. Like let's say she's 18. How about that? Like,
yeah, I mean,
she's an adult. She graduates Red Blood High School.
It's like dog years, right?
It's like Red Blood Training School.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
yeah,
so
red blood years are the same as dog years.
Yes. So we've got the average lifespan of a human is 80 years old, right? So we do 18 divided by 80, which is about 0.225. So 22.5% of her life is finished, and then we multiply that by 115. Which means that she is 25 days old, and then you subtract 115 from that, because that's the average lifespan of a red blood cell, and you see that she has about 89 days left.
Okay.
So the rest of the show, as long as she's the main character, will be within the span of about 2.5 months or something.
So whoever this person is just going to have a horrible 89 days where just every week they get some type of problem with their body.
Well, to be fair, aren't we always having problems with our bodies? So, you know.
This episode was about a scrape.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we get scrapes all the time.
An abrasion.
Yeah.
We don't know how big it was. It could have been really small.
I scrape myself every day for the next 89 days, you know?
Yeah, it's
normal?
yeah.
Well, okay, from the first episode and the second episode, how many days?
How much time has passed?
Yeah, how much time do you think has passed?
Next day. I'm going to say it's the next day.
I'm going to say maybe like 5 minutes.
Because they're just going. They said, yeah, white blood cell and red blood cell. Cutest couple, by the way, by far. Saying, bye, see you later. And then immediately the scrape happens.
Okay, let me ask you this question. What's the average life of a white blood cell?
Let's find out.
How old is this guy? Is he just a pervert?
He's been around the block, but I don't think he's a pervert.
Oh my god, the average lifespan of a white blood cell is only 13 to 20 days.
Oh, no. So there's no way the show could be scientifically accurate. All the praise that was being heaped on it must be a lie.
Or white blood cells' memories pass on.
Or they just transfer over.
Or they're better.
Well, hold on. There is mitosis, right? Where the cell divides or something.
It's been a while since you've taken biology.
Doesn't that happen?
Mitosis, isn't that when the cell divides?
Oh, there's so much science in this episode review. I want to talk about the cuteness of the platelets. I didn't come here for no science.
Okay, let's talk about the platelets.
Yeah, so cute.
They are really cute.
They are adorable, and I'm wondering why they portrayed them as such. And I guess it's just the name platelets is kind of cute.
Okay,
they're platelets.
Okay, since we're on Google right now, Google a platelet and look at the image and see if they resemble any kids.
Okay, if I'm gonna look at a platelet.
I don't know how could you see a platelet? It's just like, yeah, I think that cell looks like a child.
Look at those cute blood cells.
Do they look cute? Are
I mean,
they
they're
as
not blood
adorable as
cells,
the little
they're
kids?
platelets. Yeah, they're cells that only a mother could love.
Ah, well, they're the real MVPs.
They are.
They are
Bringing boxes downstairs.
Yeah, that was a really cute scene, and I was wondering, I was like, oh, that's cute. That's a little one-off moment, but it turns out that they become very crucial in the plot later on.
Does anyone else think that they make the show?
They make it like it's the show. Like the show is
Like
wouldn't be anything without the platelets.
Yeah, because I mean, to be fair, this episode was dumping a lot of science on us. It was pretty sciencey.
Yeah,
And we
yeah.
didn't come here to take a science class. We came here to see cute little babies.
I will say the last episode, I was like, oh, this is nice. This is occasionally educational and entertaining. But in this one, like the educational facts per minute was like increased by at least twofold.
Oh yeah, I was still coming off my high of platelets, cuteness overload before they started throwing more science facts at me.
Yeah,
I was like, oh no, I can't keep up.
They tossed them.
What's
pretty
happening to the
rapidly.
blood?
Like they talked about the bacteria, and I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. And then they talked about like valves, and I was like, okay. And then they talked about like specific types of the bacteria that are coming. I'm like, all right. And then they have those pop-up descriptions of all the cells that we've already seen and what they do. I guess it's like a reminder.
Yeah, I like how they were like we saw some more pneumococcuses, like just like there.
Oh yeah, they're all related apparently because one of them was like, related to the last one.
Wasn't that your brother? That was hilarious.
Yeah. So anyways, yeah. So I guess red blood cells gets lost, and then suddenly this is like I think a theme of the show so far. She gets lost, and then there's an invasion that happens, and then white blood cell comes to her rescue.
Do you think these are correlated?
What?
She's the cause. She's the root. She's a bad red blood cell.
She's the lead. She's the mole.
The rogue blood cell causing all mayhem.
Oh my! The
rogue blood cell.
Ooh.
I do think that is the pattern that we've seen so far. But what I'm really hoping for is that it starts to change. Like I know that's her character to be kind of a little like just ditzy and helpless and like white because red blood cells aren't supposed to fight. They're supposed to run away and be destroyed like the bacteria said. And I'm really hoping that red blood cell goes through a transformation where she starts helping out more so. Because I was really thinking that red blood cell was going to come to the rescue at the end, and because the German specifically said red blood cells just run away, but that didn't happen because we had the platelets instead, which were adorable, and totally worth it. But I'm really hoping in future episodes red blood cell steps up and starts to grow as a character a little more.
I don't know. I think you're asking too much of the show. I don't know if they'll ever develop. I don't know. This doesn't seem like the kind of show that they would have like arcs. You know what I mean? I know we love our character arcs, but
I mean, at least give her a little bit more of a role. I mean, what's the defining? What do red blood cells do that would be like her superpower, or like something that she could do at the end of the series where you're like, oh yeah, she's finally grown up to be the red blood cell she's meant to be.
Because her goal is she just brings nutrients, which are showcased through little sandwiches, which is cute.
That's essentially all red blood cells do.
Really?
And she kind of starts in a sense like she was really trying. She was doing her job really well when all the red blood cells were running away. She was really trying to herd them and gather them and make sure they don't panic. So I mean, like that was a cool moment. That showed that she was at least different than the other red blood cells.
It says on the Google description, they also remove carbon dioxide from your body, transporting it to your lungs for you to exhale.
Ooh,
that's going to be it.
That's some character development right there.
That's going to be it.
So, all right. So for you guys, how does a scrape compare to pneumococcus?
Well, this one was a lot more dangerous. It was like a very much of a classic escalation of villain threats. Because last week's episode, it was basically just the pneumococcus was the only guy, and they're trying to find him. This one is more of like a classic, like a swarm of villains versus a swarm of white blood cells kind of approach, like a one versus multiple kind of thing.
Who would have thought that just me like falling down the stairs would like unleash millions of bacteria all of a sudden? Like, damn.
And kill a lot of things. Just imagine how many people and cells died when that huge hole opened up.
Yeah, I guess I need to be more careful.
Yeah, that's the main theme of the show.
Treat your blood cells right. So yeah, the villain or the bacteria starts forming in, and the villain of this week is
Staphylococcus.
I wish it was just that. I wish it was just like,
aureus.
Staphylo.
Yeah, Staphylococcus aureus or something like that. But basically, she's the big bad. She's the one directing all the bacteria to invade, and apparently she's smarter than the last guy. Even references the last guy saying that he didn't encase the joint. But apparently, this one has done her research, and her overall strategy is basically, isn't it to basically overrun the neutrophils, which are apparently what the white blood cells are, like the first line of defense.
Yeah,
And then do it before all the other guys come up or something like that. Was that the
not a
strategy?
super smart. I mean, like I guess it's kind of a strategy, just like bum rush all the forces right away because the lymphocytes are always late to everything.
Yeah.
So it's just like kill all the white blood cells right away. But she underestimated the power of white blood cells
Or the
and
platelets.
platelets.
The platelets, yeah. I love that reveal. It was like, there's someone even stronger than all of them. And then you start seeing the kids marching by.
It's just like, well, okay, everyone, like it's just like the checklist of everything they need to go. Oh my god, cuteness overload.
And it would have been so much better if he would have said, "You should have done your research a little bit better."
Whoa.
How do you think germs do research?
I was supposed to ask you that.
How do germs research? Let me Google that.
Maybe they like infiltrate the mind or something. Or...
They send runners beforehand. That's how they plant fake red blood cells in the body.
It's like your body's full of germs, and like sometimes you stick your hand in your mouth when you're bored, and then they infiltrate your mind, and then they, you sneeze, and then they come out, and then they go back on your body, and then they tell the rest of the bacteria that's outside your body, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
I think science
Science
go with
proves
that.
that.
something
Science says you are absolutely correct.
cool.
Yeah, well, that's.
You guys should have a doctor on here.
We should
Well,
have a
maybe
doctor
we
on
should
here.
get one, or a medical student, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm saying I love the designs of at least of all these characters, especially the monsters. Like it looked like
yeah.
I love. My favorite was like Twisted Nightmare Mike Wazowski. Like
The one
I
with
thought
the
he was
fucking
great.
mouth on the tail?
No, that was a shark on the tail.
Oh.
Yeah, that was just like cool, just random. Sure, why not?
Yeah, no, I agree. I love how creative the villains look. Like you said,
It's so shiny too. I love the gloss and color of it.
like you said last week, the pneumococcus looked like a Dragon Ball Z villain.
That's what I was about to say.
And I think pretty much all these germs could be some kind of Dragon Ball Z villain.
I'm
it's
pretty
back
sure
to
the
that kind
Power
of-
Rangers have also
Yeah,
fought
Power
like
Rangers.
these guys before.
Yeah, like it's like back to that classic era in the 90s when all the villains were kind of like colorful and like wacky and stuff. So I really appreciate that.
Well, I know last week you guys mentioned the similarities between this and Osmosis Jones. Have any of you guys seen Osmosis Jones, by the way?
Kobe,
Yeah,
I have.
So-
you should have listened. The classic Osmosis Jones.
I
The Citizen
actually,
Kane
I actually was
of our
listening.
times.
I've listened. I listened to your podcast.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank-
But like, do you remember what the villains look in there? Are they that cool?
He's like, he's a red badass with like kind of like dreadlocks, but they're like his hair, and he's voiced by Lawrence Fishburne, and he came in on that egg that he ate. But these villains are cooler. I like the villains in Cells at Work better.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, they're very I mean, I guess people don't know what bacteria looks like in like, I mean, they know what they look like in cellular form, but in anime form, they could pretty much just do whatever they want, make it look hella cool.
This show has made me want to watch anime versions of other things. Like I don't know, like what. I'm just to see how they animate other things that I never would have.
I
want
to see anime Shrek.
Anime Shrek. I bet that'd be awesome.
I think it would be way better than original Shrek for sure.
Do you bite your tongue?
Yeah, I mean, you can't mess with perfection.
Well, I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think so far? What you've seen? Do you like Cells at Work more or Osmosis Jones more? I know there's only been 2 episodes, but just like, give me your initial impression. I know it's not fair to compare it, but just give me your initial impression.
No, Cells at Work, I think, is taking its time in building each individual sicknesses throughout. I want to know more from Cells at Work about like the inner workings of their jobs and how the cells interact with one another. And I'm more invested in this relationship than between white blood cell and red blood cell because I want them to to
You want them to hook up.
Yeah, I want them to hook up and create white-red babies or something. I don't know what happens when a red blood cell and a white blood cell.
Yeah, I asked that same question. What happens?
Yeah, but I want it to happen. I don't know what it is, but I want it.
What?
But yeah, I'm gonna give it to Cells at Work. This is such a fun show that I'm so excited to just like watch from a week to week basis.
Yeah, it's a nice easy watch, and I'm loving where it's going.
You want
Torie?
You want to hear my answer?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. So when I was a kid and this came out, Osmosis Jones, I never watched it because the animation looked too scary.
You know, like
It
ugly
is some
looking
dark
things.
colors.
Yeah, and it's dark and like they're creepy. They're like weird cells.
They're not
and
cute like
gooey.
platelets.
Yeah, they're not cute like platelets and
And they don't have cool
handsome
uniforms.
White blood cell and girly red blood cell. Yeah, so I'm down for Cells at Work. Like it's cute, it's beautiful.
The aesthetic is better.
The aesthetic is better, and as far as I know, because I've only seen Cells at Work, the story's better.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I give the Cells at Work too because I haven't seen Osmosis Jones.
Oh, you guys are missing. You guys should have an Osmosis Jones.
I really should. I really should because that's part. I need to like educate myself on the history of anthropomorphized cells.
That'd be a good final video. Like once this season's wrapped up, that's like an Osmosis Jones versus Cells at Work.
Oh, I would love that. Although, would we compare the movie or the TV show? Because then we have to watch all the episodes. For the
I don't want to watch the TV show.
Oh, I forgot they made a TV show.
Yeah.
Goodness.
I
Movie
never
it is.
forget.
Yeah.
Movie it is. But so yeah, what else? What was your favorite part? Cells at Work. Quick favorite parts.
Platelets.
Platelets.
Moving a
Yeah,
box
so
downstairs.
I said that knowing that there's nothing that could be done. Like whenever the platelets were on screen, they were cute, and like, and then they just kept getting cuter, and it's just like no matter what they were doing, like everything about them was just adorable.
Okay, I have a question for you guys. I know you both want this. Maybe I want this. I think the whole internet wants this. The red blood cell and the white blood cell to hook up.
Right.
But do you think that's a possibility? It doesn't seem like a possibility anatomically, but do you think this world would put that in there? Cells having sex or
I don't
Cells.
know. Am I the only one? I personally don't mind if they hook up or not. Like, I would prefer it if they're just for friends. I don't know.
What?
Like
I'm
bumping
okay.
into
This is
each
a
other?
love story that is just as deep as.
No,
as
I agree with Jeff. I want them to be. They're working for a goal. Their goal is not to end up together. Their goal is to protect the human that they're inside.
and learn from one another. She's going to learn how to be more tough, and he's going to learn to care a little bit more about other things. To learn that there's more to life than just ganking cells horribly.
See, I don't know. Like I said, I really don't think it's gonna go that direction.
You know, there's
I
only
don't think so
13
either.
episodes.
Yeah, this is one of those animes. It's even if they want to go that direction, they never do it. They never pull the trigger on it, so to speak. Like they were just, it's the will they, won't they, and because they know that we want it so bad.
You're into that.
That's okay. You always have fan fiction.
Yeah, just read your fan fiction, Coby.
I will. I just ship them so hard.
Just write your fan fiction, Coby.
I can't think of another two people I've shipped more than when I shipped Kraft Lawrence and Holo from Spice and Wolf.
Okay.
Didn't watch it.
You guys should. Great. love
I
story.
googled, can white blood cells and red blood cells have sex?
Dude, your Google search is like, dude, are you okay? Like, what the fuck are you asking questions for?
The answer is no, basically. I think. I need more research. Need to look into it more for
You
science.
need to do or just watch the show because I'm sure they'll explain.
Yeah, they will.
Mm-hmm.
They better.
All right, and I'm excited for next week's episode, influenza. I think that's gonna be neat.
I am so down for the influenza.
Getting down with the sickness.
Oh, that's good. They should play
Nice.
that song.
Mm-hmm.
Get the rights.
Oh crap! I didn't get the rights before I sang.
Ah, this is
copyright.
all scrap now.
Well,
All right, you want to wrap us up?
Yeah, let's wrap this up like a bow.
Wrap it up like a cell body.
So you got your box,
Like a platelet.
and the box is Nerd Blaze. Okay, you got your
Okay.
content. We have Anime Ricochet. We have like 2 videos of anime reviews.
Ooh,
We've got other kinds of random reviews on there.
you're messing with me. There's no way something as awesome as that exists.
Let me finish. We got more. And we
What?
also have an old ass movie review we did of Planet of the Apes, Rise of the Planet of the Apes. All right, you close that box and you wrap it up, and the bow is us three right here.
Oh.
Ooh, plus other special guests.
Yeah. So yeah, go check it out. Check out our YouTube channel, and the rest of our podcasts are on animericochet.libsyn.com. So yeah,
and like and subscribe. Thank you guys very much.
If you want,
if you want or don't.
Okay, see ya.
Bye.
Bye.